Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will learn how to create a CSS animation, specially focusing on creating a 3D rotate animation for text using HTML and CSS. So let's get started. Here we have a div element with a class attribute set to container. Within the container div, there is another div element that is created with a class attribute set to box. Inside the box div, there is a span element with the inline style attribute. Here, the style attribute set a custom CSS variable I to a value of 1. Inside this span element, there is an I tag that is italic text enclosing the text it. Next, there is a slip that is a plain text that appears within the span element. Again, there is an I tag enclosing the text code. Now this pattern will repeat multiple times, creating a sequence of span element, each with a different I value, containing with various text elements, including it, slip, and code. Now let's set CSS. Here we have a root selector. We set the font 1 to sans serif and font 2 to cursive. Next we have a black and white color. Here we have a primary light that is set to a specific color, and the second light and the third light. This is the shade of a gray color, light gray color. Next we have a primary dark and second gray color, that is darker shade of a gray color. Here we have a first shadow, a shadow color with some transparency. Next we have a success and error that is set with a color with transparency. Next we have a primary color and secondary color that is set with two specific color. Next we have a universal selector. We set the box sizing to border box. Margin and padding is set to 0. Font family is set to var, font 1 that is sans serif. Now let's target the elements select, input and button. Here it removes the default outline that appears around this element when they are focused. Now let's style the body element. Here we set the background color to a primary dark color. It gives the background a page of a dark background. Overflow is set to hidden. Display is set to flex. Flex direction is set to column, which means that the child elements will be stacked vertically. Justify content and align item is set to center, and the mean height is set to 100 ph. Now let's start the container. Here display is set to flex. Justify content and align item is set to center. So they center the child element both vertically and horizontally. Now let's start the box. Here transform style is set to preserve 3D, and animation is set to animate 7 second ease in out infinite alternate, so that the animation lasts for 7 seconds, follow an ease in out timing function and repeat infinitely in an alternate direction. Now let's start the span element. Here we set a background color with a linear gradient background. The gradient starts with a slightly transparent black color, becomes more opaque, at 90%, and then fades to again transparent. Text transform is set to uppercase. Line height is set to 0.76 em. So it can adjust the spacing between the line of the text. Position is set to absolute. Color is set to white. Font size is set to 3.5 em. White space is set to now wrap, so they prevent the text from wrapping to the next line. Font weight is set to bold. Padding is set to 0 pixel and 10 pixel. Transform style is set to preserve 3D, so that the span element also preserve their 3D transformation. Text shadow is set to 0 pixel, 10 pixel and 15 pixel. And transform is set to translate -50% and -50%. So they center the element both vertically and horizontally. And rotate X calc. Here it applies a 3D rotation around the x-axis based on the value of iCustom property, which varies for each span element. This creates a 3D rotation and effect. And here this translation element along the z-axis by 109 pixels. Now let's target all the I elements in the HTML. Here font size style is set to initial. Now let's target the I element along its siblings. Here color is set to primary color. This custom property likely represents a specific color. Now let's set keyframe. Here 0% is the starting state of the animation. Here transform is set to perspective 500 pixel. So we create a perspective view, a larger view of 500 pixel in this case, and make the object appear small. And rotate X to set to 0 degree and rotate is set to 5 degree. And at the 100% perspective is set to 50 pixel. with a smaller value for more pronounced 3D effect, and rotate X is set to 360 degree, so we complete a full rotation, and rotate is set to 5 degree. So they maintain the 5 degree rotation around an unspecific axis. So that's it for today's video. I hope you found this tutorial informative and inspiring. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful.